1.5 years ago, I spoke with your co-founder about PathMotion, David. We are now in London, so can you tell me, what is PathMotion?
Hi Matan, nice to see you again. PathMotion is basically a discussion platform where candidates that are interested in joining a company can speak directly to employees of that company and ask them questions that are very personal to them, whether it's about career progression, gender issues, or anything else. And the logic of that is that employees are really well placed to answer those questions to the candidates on information that is often not available on the career side of the companies.
So you've got a real story instead of the recruiter answering the questions.
It's exactly right. It's first of all authenticity, and second of all it's comprehensiveness of answer, and this is aimed at tackling two problems that we see in the market today in order for employers to attract candidates. One is that candidates do not know enough about the company, so there is what we call a content gap. And second of all, there is also a credibility gap, that when a career site says, oh, you'll be able to volunteer or you'll be able to travel internationally, people don't believe it anymore as much as they used to. And employees, when they talk, they are the most trusted person to speak to about the company. So the stories that they share will ultimately be more persuasive and therefore improve talent attraction and improve your employer brand, and at the same time improve your candidate experience.
So I spoke 1.5 years ago with your colleague and co-founder David. What has changed? What has improved?
Okay, a lot has changed. So the important things from a product perspective, what we've realized is that it's very important not only to have a platform where people can go, but also make sure that the great stories that people write about can be shared everywhere where candidates make an opinion about the company. So in particular, we focus on social media. So today, every discussion that has been generated on our platform, a story, can be very easily shared on social media. And second of all, that answers can be given by video, because for Generation Z, it's very important to actually consume content, not just by text, but also by video, on Snapchat, etc. So once a great discussion has been produced, they can be shared very easily on social media. That has been a big focus that we've done last year. On the business side, we've opened an office in New York as well, where we've got some clients now. Our team has expanded, and we've done a fundraise actually last year as well. So we plan on expanding even further.
Good to hear. And what makes you unique in comparison with the competition?
We believe that it's important to have a lot of tools, and there's no single tool that an employer should use in order to attract talent. We are one of the others. However, where we think we are a must-have is that we are great at building great stories for employers and disseminating them everywhere, not only on our platform, but on social media, like I told you. We've got plugins on the website of the client, so we basically provide a total employment branding solution, whereas other things that we see often just provide a certain live chat events, etc., but this is not available for everybody to benefit, and that's what we are really good at, making sure those stories are the best possible to create and then to disseminate them across all the recruitment channel of an employer.
I really think storytelling is very hot.
Yeah, storytelling is very hot, and it has to do with the fact that people, at the end of the day, candidates are consumers, yeah? And when they when they search for a job, it's a little bit like consuming to search for something they purchase. It's not a coincidence that review sites of any product you buy or any travel you do, on any restaurant you do, is very important today to complement the information provided by the seller. In our case, the employer is the seller of a job, because it's a candidate-driven market. Candidates have more than one option, they have to choose, and therefore it's very important to have, when you choose an employer, to have authentic information, and storytelling is really good at that. And evidence shows that storytelling is also the most persuasive way to actually convince somebody about actually joining you, more so than company facts.
What kind of companies are using it?
We today cover 13 sectors worldwide. The sectors we cover are anywhere from bank, for the like of Citi, Santander, Lazard, to consulting firms and audits like Deloitte, KPMG, all the way down to consumer, such as Nestlé's and Marks and Spencer. And then we also now cover universities as well, because it's actually the same issue when you think of it. Universities are trying to attract the best students, and the candidates and the students are best placed to speak to prospective students.
What's your roadmap for this year?
So the roadmap for this year, from a product perspective, is to do more about video creation of stories and making sure that they're available across more channels of the clients. So for example, one of the things we want to do is to create plugins where somebody visiting the career site of a client can read discussions of our platform, not only by going on the platform, but anywhere on the client side. So say you are reading a job description and you wonder, what is that job really about? Because job descriptions are often very abstract. You will have a certain area of the site of the client where you'll be able to read employee stories about that job. So it's all about leveraging on the great stories that have been created on our platform and putting them everywhere available at any touch point of your candidate to make sure that you catch them. This is a real big focus for us on 2018. And then we want to obviously expand geographically. So we are now, we have a full team in, like I said, in the US. We're going to spend a lot of energy there. And we want to expand on 2 verticals. The university, like I told you. And second of all, we have started using the same platform for internal mobility, meaning employees of a certain department or region of a company can engage directly with employees of another department in order to promote internal mobility and thereby help employers retain talent, because talent retention is obviously a big problem to solve.
Thank you, Alon.
Thank you for your time.